Seaside friends. I miss you so much. I missed you so much that I decided I'd send you a video and do some fun things with you, read you a story. Teacher Barbara sent your parents a hyperdoc, which is paper things to do and activities, and so tell your parents to check their email so you can find out about all these fun things you can do at home. I am going to do some things about snails today, which if you've ever been to our Seaside summer camp, I've probably done them with you, but we'll do them again. And some of these things Teacher Barbara talks about in her email she sent your parents. The first thing I want to do is talk about catching snails. Teacher Barbara says, go out at night with a flashlight and catch some snails. But I went today, so I only found two. I don't know if you can see them, but I found this really little baby one, which you have to be so careful with because their shells will crack. It's so perfect and pretty. Then I found a nice bigger one, and again, you still have to be careful. They're such wonderful creatures. And a snail is a gastropod, which means a stomach foot, because basically they have one long foot and a stomach, and they carry their house on their back. And I don't know if you remember, but that is spiral shape. So if you want to do some art projects, take some paper and pen and make some spiral shapes and color them in. My snail is walking around. Look how cool it is. Their eyes on the very end of the antennas. I don't know if you can see them, but this snail is looking around. Also, they have one long tongue called a radula, and it feels a little bit scratchy. If you've ever felt sandpaper, maybe your mom and dad has sandpaper at home and you can touch it, that would be what their tongue feels like, which is why when they go on our plants or our vegetables we're growing, it makes lots of little holes. Most people don't like them in their garden, but they're very cool creatures. So I'm going to show you what you can do if you find a snail. Teacher Barbara talked about it a little bit on her email to your mom and dad, but you can get a jar, and it would be really nice if you could decorate the top. You could make it look like a ladybug or make your spiral shape. I didn't get a chance to decorate my jar, but I'll show you how to make it safe for your snail. Because if you leave it like this and close it up, the snail won't be able to breathe. So what you would do is you would get a hammer and a nail. Be careful, don't do this unless you're with your grown-up. And you're gonna hold the nail and very carefully make some holes. I made one. You might not want to do it when it's on the jar. You might want to take the top off, but I think it's okay like this. I made two. I think maybe 3 or 4 is plenty for them to breathe. So I'm going to start with 3 right now. And this is where you can keep your special snails. Don't keep them forever, maybe a day or 2. And then you might want to set them free because they won't live long in the jar. And you could go out and catch another one, or maybe for a week. But they also need food. They like leaves, lettuce. They really, really like lettuce. Some fun things you could do with the snail is you can get some whiteout or some nail polish, or I have a paint pen, just happen to have one, and you can put your name on it. And again, you can do it, or you can have a grown-up do it for you. So it's a little hard to write Valerie, but I think I can. Oh, I can. Nail polish works great if mom has some nail polish. I don't know about a Sharpie. Oops, I don't want to squish him. I wrote Valerie. I don't know if you can see that. But if you do this with mom and dad and you write your name on one, and maybe they write their name on one, if you have brothers and sisters, they write their name on one, then you can put your snails in a row and have a snail race. See who's the fastest, and you'll know who wins by looking at the name. So I'm gonna, you come over here and look at the baby when it's coming out a little bit. I can see its little antenna coming out. It's so sweet. So I'm gonna put my sweet snails back in their little home. And when I'm done talking to you, I'm gonna get some lettuce, and maybe I'll have my kids catch one and we'll have snail races, even though they're kind of big, but they might like it. So I thought another fun thing to do while you're searching at night for those snails would be to make some binoculars. You can make these at home because everybody has toilet paper rolls, right? So it's pretty simple. If you have a stapler, great. If not, you can glue them, but I usually staple them. I stick my stapler and I go 1, and I go 2. And there you go, they're all stuck together. Now I want to have something to wear it around my neck, so I'm going to take a hole puncher. And if you don't have a hole puncher, I bet you can probably use something else around the house. A nail, have your grown-up use a nail to puncture through. I think there's many things that you can push through this, but again, you want to have someone safe do it. A nail works too. I have hole punch, and I have some great string that I took from my husband's workbench, and I decorated mine by gluing on these little papers I found in my teacher closet that I used for making turtles. And so I glued them all on with a glue stick. It was easy, but I could have used real glue, and I also could have used paper. I could have just used markers, or if you have paint, you could paint them. You could use jewels. You could use whatever you want to decorate your binoculars. And then you have a grown-up help you tie these on, but some of you I know are perfectly willing. You put one in one side of the hole and you make a knot and then nice and tight, and you go in the other side, and your mom and dad's or someone probably already knows how to do this in your house. It's just a fun reminder, because you could go on a hunt looking for whatever with these. So here's the ones I already made. I made mine camouflage, so when I'm looking for snails and other spring garden creatures, they won't see me coming. See? I can lay down and look everywhere for special creatures. And I'll tell you what we're going to look for in a couple of days with these that are going to come in handy. So, those are some fun things you can do at home. I really like making this video for you, but it's a little sad making it without you guys talking back to me and giving me ideas and saying all the wonderful things you do. And I'm giving you guys a big hug because I miss you so much. I think I'm going to read you a story, and then maybe we'll sing a song, and then say goodbye for today. But let's start with this. This is called Snail Trail. If you ever watch where a snail moves, like you can see right here, if my camera person will come, they make a little trail. I don't know if you can see them, but when they were moving, they made a trail. So if you're looking for snails, you can always kind of look around for that trail, and you might find one near. All right, this is by Ruth Brown. She wrote the book. She's the author, and she also drew the pictures, which is called being the illustrator. Look at that snail, so cute. All right, slimy snail set out on a trail one bright and sunny morning. I like Slimy. He went up a hill, and it was very steep. It probably took him a while, because snails are a little slow. Through a tunnel, very gloomy. Into a forest, very quiet. Over a bridge, very high. Down a slope, very slippery. Up to an arch, very narrow. Past some flowers, very pretty. And into a dark cave. He curled up in his shell, very small. If you're at home watching this, curl up like you're a snail, very small. And very soon was asleep. And if you look, there he is asleep. And look, you can see where his trail was. Came here and he went through a pot. Right? That was his mountain here, this glove. And this was a dark, gloomy part of it. And this is the forest. We went up, down the slippery slope, and over, and through the archway. Oh, there's the beautiful flowers. And into the dark cave. And if you look, you can see what he really went through. What a nice trip Slimy Snail had. The end. Before I say goodbye, I'm going to sing you a song that I sing at Seaside Summer Camp, and it's about snails. And it's kind of to the same tune when we sing B-I-N-G-O, only we're going to say S-N-A-I-L. And it goes like this. I know a creature spiral shaped, he lives inside my garden. S-N-A-I-L, S-N-A-I-L, S-N-A-I-L. He's snail and he's slimy. And I'm going to take away that S and we're going to clap for it, okay? I know a creature spiral shaped. He lives inside my garden. N-A-I-L, N-A-I-L, N-A-I-L. He's snail and he's slimy. Goodbye, N. I know a creature spiral shaped. He lives inside my garden. A-I-L, A-I-L, A-I-L. He's snail and he's slimy. Goodbye, A. Okay, now we have 3 claps. I know a creature spiral shaped. He lives inside my garden. I-L, I-L, I-L. He's snail and he's slimy. Goodbye, I. Only 1 letter left and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 claps. Do it with me. I know a creature spiral shaped. He lives inside my garden. L, L, L. He's snail and he's slimy. Goodbye, L. No more letters. We have 5 claps. Here we go. I know a creature spiral shaped. He lives inside my garden. He's snail and he's slimy. Oh, how fun. Before I say goodbye, I'm going to sing the goodbye song. I hope you're singing it along with me, okay? Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. I'll see you soon again. Hope you have a happy day, happy day, happy day. Hope you have a happy day. I'll see you soon again. And I'm going to come back and see you in a day or two, make another video, and we're going to look for fairies and make a fairy house. I have a book to read, and I've been going on walks and collecting special things, and right here in my front yard, I am going to make a fairy house with you, and we can use our binoculars to wait for fairies to come visit our house. So I'll see you again in a few days. Love you guys.